Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I'm going to be doing a full day of eating as well as sharing with you guys my fitness and workout plans for our new homeschooling year. I want to thank Catalina Crunch for sponsoring today's video. They have just launched the newest cereal called Catalina Crunch Pairings. They've made it even better if that was possible, so I'm so excited to show you guys two brand new flavors. I know many of you guys love Catalina Crunch, as do I, and so I was really excited to share two new flavors with you guys that are absolutely delicious. So you'll hear more from them here in a second, as well as an awesome offer and discount that's already down below for you. But today I'm going to take you guys through on a full day of eating with me, share kind of where I'm at with my fitness, what my current focuses are, what I've learned this summer, kind of give you an update, because the last time I did this, I was talking about how I was testing the waters with a little bit less intensity and seeing if that, was better for me. So there's just some things I want to fill you guys in on. So if you like fitness, if you like nutrition, if you like mom realistic fitness, like not training for a bikini competition anytime soon, but just wanting to be the healthiest, best version of myself, then I think you'll enjoy this video. I'm gonna show you guys what I eat today, as well as give you guys my fitness plans for the new homeschool year. If you know anything about me, you know that about every year I get on here and tell you guys kind of like what I'm planning on doing for our upcoming school year. And you might think, well, why do you change it every single year? Because my life changes every year. My desires change every year. My children change every year. Our homeschool changes every year. And so I assess, my fitness life, because that is a huge priority to me. And every homeschool year is just an opportunity to say, okay, this wasn't working, this was working. I was very consistent with this. I was not consistent with this. I would like to do this. How can I make that work with this? All those things are such important factors when it comes to actually maintaining your fitness. You guys know I'm extremely consistent. I do not fall off the bandwagon, so to speak. I work out 5 days a week and sometimes 4 days, but really never less than 4. And so I am extremely consistent, and that is because I have to be for my health, also my mental health, and thirdly, it's because of the way that I treat fitness. It is a top priority. I've talked about a lot in the past things that I call my non-negotiables for the homeschool year. So my non-negotiables daily, these are things that I must do. Number 1, time with God. Number 2, homeschooling my children and not cutting corners, like giving it my all every day. And number 3, my fitness. Everything else is a bonus. Those 3 things are my daily priorities. You might think, well, why 3? There's a lot of reasons why there's 3. If you look up any kind of literature on this topic, it is widely known that people who try to do well at about 10 things often don't succeed. So the lower we bring it, then we're able to be consistent. So that's not to say I don't cook my family dinner and things like that, but like big important things each day. So we're gonna do a full day of eating. We're gonna talk more about this as we go throughout the day. If you enjoy fitness content on my channel, give me a thumbs up. And yeah, so that's kind of how I wanted to lead into this. We'll talk a little bit more in this video later. You guys, but back to homeschool means back to all the sports, back to the early mornings, and sometimes you are in a rush, you are in a hurry. Maybe you're someone who works out in the morning, a sunrise workout, and you don't want to eat a super filling breakfast to go in those 7 a.m. workouts, I'm eating a very light breakfast, and I will definitely be having a bowl of Catalina Crunch. These are their brand new better for you cereal products called Catalina Crunch pairings, because they are paired with additional delicious mix-ins. This one is blueberry and this one is almonds. Now, these are not artificial flavors. These are actual almonds mixed in and blueberries. They are so good with none of the bad, gross stuff in cereal. Cereal is... So in these ones, you don't have to worry about that at all. You're still gonna get, which is the most important thing to me, 10 grams of protein and half a cup. Plus, Catalina Crunch pairings are filled with fiber, which is almost equally important. So all around, Catalina Crunch is helping me meet those protein and fiber goals, and it is delicious. So if you guys want to check them out, I will have an awesome offer and discount down below for you, where you can get 15% off of your order and free shipping, and try them. I know so many of you guys are already Catalina Crunch lovers, but these pairings are definitely something you need to add to your pantry for this back to school season. So I'm getting ready to head out for a little bit, run some errands, and even though I'm still really full from those protein pancakes and turkey bacon, I never leave the house empty-handed, because I know that sometimes things take longer, I get sidetracked, and so we just always have a snack with us. So I'm bringing a protein shake. This has 30 grams of protein in it. These ones are pre-mixed and I keep them in the fridge. My husband actually really loves these a lot. You might recognize the name. But yeah, these are really, really good. 30 grams of protein and only 5 carbs. So that's for the whole bottle. So it's really good. No added sugars, keto friendly, no artificial colors. So this does the job for me. So I'm gonna bring this as well, my water, always the water, for going out and running some errands. And this protein shake, once I have it combined with what I've already had today, will already put me close to 80 grams of protein. So that's before 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which I find to be really helpful. So if you're someone who is trying to get more protein, one way that is very easy to do it is to split it up, like divide up your goal into however you eat. So if you're not a snacker and you only eat 3 meals a day, divide it up 3 equal. If you're someone like me who has a meal, has a snack, has a meal, has a snack, then you have more to divide it up by. Also, you can split it in half for the day and say, like, the first half of the day, I need to get this amount. The second half, I need to get this amount. So that's what I do. It makes it seem way more attainable than just looking at some giant number that you're trying to get. So protein shake for the road. Getting ready to work out, and these are the electrolytes that I have been drinking for almost a year now. They're like incredible. Jake and I both use them. The kids have had them like when we were hiking through the summer. It's Relight Hydration. It has real salt electrolytes and there's no sugar, no junk. It's amazing. This flavor mango is super good. So I'm gonna just put 1 scoop into my water, shake it up good, and that's what I will drink as I exercise. When I don't have any meal prep done, I will usually make myself half of a sandwich on sourdough with at least 4 ounces of protein in there, some micronutrients from those microgreens, a good balance of protein, carbs, and healthy fats with the pepper jack, and then more micronutrients from the carrots. So if I don't have meal prep, I'll usually do this, or I will do a salad. I have to run out the door to go pick up my daughter, so that's why I just made this to bring with me, because post workout I was so sweaty I had to shower and then I had to run out the door. So bringing this along because I know that that post workout hunger is probably going to strike in the car. Afternoon coffee time, just some espresso and water and oat milk because I'm out of half and half. Time for an afternoon protein bar. These ones are from Costco. Been eating them for years and still love them. For dinner, we are doing some chicken gyros. We just Traegered the chicken. We have some cucumber tzatziki sauce, some arugula, some feta, some cucumbers, and a pita bread. So super easy, high in protein, and most importantly, very good. So really quickly, I wanted to show you guys just a simple way that I will sometimes meal prep. So we made chicken for dinner obviously tonight, and so I had some zucchini and some yellow squash I wanted to use up. And so we intentionally cooked extra chicken to have at least 2 days of meals here for Jake and I for this homeschool and work week. And then I washed all of our berries, and I'll sometimes put them in little containers like this or a large container for the kids to use. And just those little simple things really help the week just flow smoothly and like not just reach for, you know, something unhealthy because I'm so hungry and I'm mentally tired from teaching that day or something and I don't want to think about food. So sometimes I do like a whole separate thing, and other times it's just making a little extra of what we're already having for dinner. I also made some sourdough discard muffins just because I wanted to use up my jar of discard in the fridge. I've had it for a little while, and in there is some vanilla spiced chai sourdough discard bread. So I'm trying that recipe out for the first time, and hopefully turns out good. So did a little baking. Haven't really had time to do that in quite a while, but I wanted to share about the easy meal prep. So the last thing I am eating today is this vanilla creamy. I got the Ninja Creamy, and this is literally vanilla protein powder and oat milk with a few pieces of like frozen cookie dough put in here, literally like 6. And the consistency is just like ice cream, and it's just protein. It's so good. So yeah, that's the last thing for the day. Guys, it is another day, and I filmed the what I was eating portion yesterday, which was Saturday. Not that any of this matters, but I never had the time yesterday to sit down and talk with you guys about my fitness plans for the, I want to set it down, for the upcoming homeschool year. Why is my camera doing this? It does not want me to set it down. Anyway, for those of you who have been watching me for a long time, you know this already, at least some of it, but I wanted to give you guys an update on what my plans are for fitness as we get back into a new homeschooling year. And I am currently parked outside of my daughter's dance studio, and I brought my camera because I'm by myself, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to them in the car before this day gets away from me. We're starting back to homeschool like tomorrow, which you guys will see this later, but so yeah, I just know that like my mind is kind of all over the place. So I have always, for those of you who are new, a quick little backstory. I have been in the fitness space in some capacity since I had my youngest daughter, and I worked in the fitness world for a long time, and I have maintained my health and fitness, although it has shifted and changed many years, going on like 10. So none of this is like new to me. I'm not trying to turn over an entire new leaf in my life. But what is new is that every year my homeschool changes, and every year my needs change as a person, as a human being, as a woman who's getting older, whose hormones are changing, like all of the things. So basically what I wanted to share with you guys is, like, if you've watched, you've seen how I have done fitness through the years of homeschooling. When I first started my YouTube channel, my kids were so little, school was only taking us 2 to 3 hours a day. I was training clients and myself in the morning. We were doing school in the afternoons. I've done like 5 a.m. workouts when that was required. I've done running while my kids were at soccer practice when they were too little for me to drop them off anywhere. I've done evening workouts. I've done like all the variations of fitness plans that you can have. So I think that there's a really important lesson in that right there, is that every year requires assessment. Every year requires looking at what's working and what's not. So my fitness routine has never been a strict Monday to Friday, same time every day kind of thing, just because homeschooling and kids changes that. Like I said, when I first started my YouTube channel and I was personal training, I would take all my kids with me in the morning to the gym. I would train clients. Some of them would go in the kids' daycare there. Some of them would work on handwriting and explode the code and things. And there's like even old day in the lives where you can kind of see that. But after a couple of years, I think it was about 2, and my kids started to get into the upper elementary grades, that schedule just was not working out, which is why I ended up leaving personal training, combined with the fact that I got injured in 2018. So that is kind of like when I left group fitness. Now I'm telling you all of that to say that since I left group fitness as an instructor, as a coach, I have missed group fitness since that day. I love it. I love, even if I don't talk to another person, it is scientifically proven that you do exercise more intensely when you're surrounded by other people. And so I've missed it, and I loved it. And that was in 2018. I realized at that time, with my kids the ages they were, it was not wise for me to, like, I didn't feel good about leaving them home alone. And so in 2018, I became an at-home workout person. And then I continued on with that, and that was the way that I was most consistent. That is the way that worked the best for my homeschool and my life at that time, even though that wasn't my first preference. So I think there's an important lesson right there. Sometimes what is required of us to be healthy and fit isn't going to be our first preference. I would have way rather gone to classes, but that just wasn't right for that season. So rather than giving up on working out altogether, I just had to do it in a way that I didn't really prefer. But you know what? It works, and I maintain my fitness. So I then, 2020 happened, and then coming out of that, and now here we are, about 5 years later. It's 2023, 2018 is when I left group fitness, 5 years later. And this summer, I tried going back to a group fitness training class, F45, if any of you guys are familiar. It's 45 minutes, it's functional training, it's high intensity, which is my favorite way to train. So all that to say, I share that because I really, really loved it over the summer, and I really, really loved it. Like, I enjoyed it much more than I thought I was going to. And so I sat down with my husband and we talked about it, and I just said, like, I still know that it's not wise for me to go to a class every single day because it's about a 20-minute drive each direction. So it does add time, and I don't feel like I have a lot of disposable time. But sometimes it's worth it for for you as the homeschool mom to figure out ways to incorporate it. Maybe you can't go 5 days, but maybe you can do 2. And then it's like a good balance of doing something that you just enjoy, that's really good for you, that's very life-giving to you. So for me this year, I did decide to go ahead and sign up for a membership at F45. I am going to go twice a week. I have selected days that I think will work the best. My kids are 16 and a half and you know, the youngest is 11, so they're very much capable of staying home alone for about an hour. But I don't like beginning our homeschool days that way even still with their ages. So 2 days is better than 0 days because I really enjoyed it. So I'm telling you guys that story and kind of this progression in my fitness life because sometimes homeschooling does require, like I said, doing something you wouldn't necessarily want to do because it's what works best for your homeschool. And so I had to give up temporarily working out in a way that I enjoy the most because it just wasn't the best for my home and my family at that time. But with homeschooling, things change. And so if you feel like you have given up an area and, you know, given up something in this area, maybe you're a runner and you love to go for 2-hour long runs, you know, there was a time where that wasn't possible for me either. I'm just saying that it comes back. For everything is a season, right? Like nothing lasts forever. And so maybe you give it up for a little bit. You, in a few years, might be in an entirely different place. But what I want to really stress to you is that I did not quit working out when I had to give up the way that I preferred. And I am so glad because I have been able to maintain my fitness and walk into this really intense environment and quite honestly do really well. Not that I'm competing with the other people, but I'm lifting more weight. You know, I just noticed these things as a trainer. And so it's really encouraging to me that I was able to keep up. So that's what I want you guys to hear is like, sometimes you have to do the hard thing and the thing that's less preferred, but it's always worth it to be consistent. So that's my little update on my fitness. I'm still gonna do 5 days a week of exercise, 2 days of rest. Sunday is always a rest day, and then I'll take a midweek rest day as well for work and just to have one weekday during the week that I am not, you know, sweating and dealing with that added task of the day. So 2 F45s, that'll leave me 3 days. I'm going to do a cardio and stretching day, and then the other 2 days will be like upper body lifting and then lower body lifting, and then the 2 F45s, which are total body workouts. So that's my plan. I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling really excited and happy that I finally committed and made the choice to go back to group exercise for a bit. I know it's going to be really life-giving for me. So that's my little fitness update, and I just felt like I wanted to share that. So let me know if that resonated with any of you guys down below. So that's gonna be it for me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, a fitness update for the homeschooling year. I'm feeling really excited about my plans as well as seeing what I ate today. Focused on that protein always and forever. Make sure you guys check out the links to Catalina Crunch and take advantage of the discount as well as free shipping and try the brand new pairings. They are so good. Love them, love them, love them. The perfect late night snack that will not ruin your entire day. The perfect breakfast if you're rushing around and running out the door but still want to get something high in protein and high in fiber. Just awesome all the way around. So that information in Catalina Crunch is down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.